Good day everyone. In this video, we are going to discuss about angle between two lines. The angle theta between two lines whose slope are m sub 1 and m sub 2 is given by the formula tangent theta is equal to m sub 2 minus m sub 1 all over 1 plus m sub 1 multiplied by m sub 2, wherein our m sub 2 is the slope of the terminal side of the angle, while the m sub 1 is the slope of the initial side. So as you can see in our illustration here, we have a triangle GEM in which we have these three angles, theta, theta sub 1, and theta sub 2. And in this illustration, we can see that the rotation of the angle is being considered as a counterclockwise rotation. We should take note that if tangent theta is equal to 0, then theta is 0 degree. If tangent theta is greater than 0, then theta is an acute angle, meaning tangent theta must be positive. If tangent theta is less than 0 or negative, then theta is an obtuse angle. If tangent theta is undefined, then theta is a right angle. So let us now proceed to our example here, in which we are asked to determine the interior angles of the triangle with vertices A, B, and C, in which the coordinates of A are -6 and -3. For B, we have 1 and -5. And for C, we have 5 and 3. So the first step that we have to do is to take into consideration the graph of the triangle ABC. Then, the next step is to determine all of the slopes of the different sides of the triangle. So now, let us remember that the formula for the slope is m is equal to y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. So at first, let us determine the slope of AB. So we have here -5, -5 minus, we have here -3, then 1 minus -6. Then we will have -5, change the sign of the subtrahend since this is a subtraction, and proceed to addition. -5 plus 3 is -2 over 1. Again, this is subtraction, so we have to change the sign of the subtrahend and proceed to addition. So 1 plus 6 is 7. And as you can see, the sign of this slope is negative. And as what we have remembered, if the slope is negative, the line slants to the left. Now, let's move on to the slope of BC. We have now 3 as the value of y sub 2 minus y sub 1, which is -5, over 5 minus 1. which is equal to, again, this is subtraction. Change the sign of the subtrahend and proceed to addition. 3 plus 5 is 8 over 5 minus 1, that is 4. And 8 divided by 4 is equal to 2. Now let's have the slope of AC. So AC is, we have 3 minus negative 3 all over, we have here 5 minus negative 6. 5 minus negative 6. And so the value is 3. This is subtraction again. So we have to change the sign of the subtrahend and proceed to addition. 3 plus 3 is 6 all over 5 minus, so this is again subtraction. Change the sign of the subtrahend and proceed to addition. 5 plus 6 is 11. So those are the slopes of our different sides of the triangle. And now, let us determine the interior angles of the given triangle using the formula tangent theta is equal to m sub 2 minus m sub 1 over 1 plus m sub 1 multiplied by m sub 2. And before that, let us now determine the counterclockwise rotation of the different angles to determine the initial side and the terminal side. So for angle A, this is, okay. How for B, we have this rotation. And for C, this should be like this one. Okay. So let us start with A. For angle A, we have here our m sub 2 as the terminal side is AC. So AC is 6 over 11, while AB is negative 2 over 7. So now let us substitute those values in our formula. So we have here tangent A is equal to 6 over 11 minus negative 2 over 7 all over 1 plus negative 2 over 7 times 6 over 11, which is equal to, so for this one, again, this is subtraction. Change the sign of the subtrahend and proceed to addition. Find the LCD of 11 and 7. So that would be 77. 77 divided by 11 is 7. Multiplied by 6, that is 42. Then 77 divided by 7 is 11. 11 times 2 is 22. So plus 22. All over, so this one would be 1. This is negative 2 times 6. That would be minus 12. Since positive multiplied by negative is negative. All over 7 times 11, that is 77. Which is equal to 42 and 22, that is 64. All over 77. All over This is 77 multiplied by 1. That would be 77 minus 12. That would be 65 over 77. Since they do have the same denominator, we can cancel it out, and then we may now have the value for tangent A as 64 over 65. And since our value of tangent A is positive, then we can be assured that the angle that we will determine is an acute angle. So in order for us to solve for angle A, we will have angle A is equal to the inverse tangent of 64 over 65. And using our calculator, we may have the value of angle A as 44.56 degrees. Okay, so now let's move on to angle B. For angle B, our terminal side is AB with slope negative 2 over 7 and initial side BC with slope of 2. So let us now substitute those values. So we have tangent B is equal to negative 2 over 7 minus 2 over 1 plus 2 times negative 2 over 7, which is equal to, find the LCD, we have 7. 7 divided by 7 is 1, multiplied by negative 2, that is negative 2. 7 times negative 2 is negative 14. All over, we have 1. This is positive 2 multiplied by negative 2, that is negative 4. And then we have here 1, and this is 7, so 1 times 7 is 7. So negative 2 minus 14 is negative 16 over 7. Then 7 times 1 is 7 minus 4, that is 3 over 7. Same denominator, we can cancel it out, and then the answer would be negative 16 over 3. And as you can see, we have here a negative value for tangent. Thus, we may obtain an obtuse angle. And if we're going to look at our illustration, we can say that angle B is really an obtuse angle. So now let us determine the value of angle B. Angle B is equal to inverse tangent negative 16 over 3, which is equal to negative 79.38. And in order for us to determine the obtuse angle equivalent to angle B, we're going to add 180 degrees. So the real value for angle B is 100.62 degrees. Okay, we may now proceed to angle C. For angle C, we have the terminal side is BC. So we have 2, and then AC, 6 over 11. Let us substitute those given values for the slopes. So tangent C is equal to, our m sub 2 is 2 minus 6 over 11 over 1 plus 6 over 11 times 2, which is equal to, again, we have to determine the LCD, which is 11. 11 times 2 is 22 minus 6. Since 11 divided by 11 is 1, multiplied by 6, that is 6. All over, we have 1 plus 6 times 2 is 12. Copy the 11 times 1 is 11. That is equal to 11, our denominator. 12 minus 6 is 16. All over 11 times 1, that is 11, plus 12, that is 23. All over 11. So, this is cancelled since they are the same denominator. Our value for tangency is 16 over 23. And since this is positive, we can be assured that the angle that we will determine is an acute angle. So, angle C is equal to the inverse tangent of 16 over 23. And once again, using our calculator, we may determine that the value of tangent or inverse tangent 16 over 23 is 34.82 degrees. So those are the values of the interior angles for our triangle. And in order for us to check whether our answers are correct, we may proceed to determining if angle A plus angle B plus angle C is equal to 180 degree, since the sum of the interior angles of a triangle is equal to 180 degrees. So for angle A, we have 44.56. 44.56 degrees plus our angle B is 100.62 plus 34.82. Is it equal to 180 degrees? And then adding these three, 44.56 degrees plus 100.62 degrees plus 34.82 degrees, this is equal to 180 degrees. So therefore, our answers are correct. And that is how we may determine the interior angles of a triangle and other polygons using the formula for the angle between two lines.